most difficult games on the earth. That's monkey chimps of bananas and tea. Yeah, we're gonna be playing on the hardest difficulty, and we're gonna not bomb, not die, not use hyper mode from Dim Simmy. We'll be using homing, cause we need every advantage we can get. Let's do it. So if you've never played this game before, a useful tip to know is that it's literally all Toho references. That's the whole game. It's basically, you could just call this like Toho All Stars, and that would be correct. Because it's the whole game. But you know, that's okay, because I like that game, so that means I like this one too. So this part here is it's what I like to call the first death of the run. In most cases, it's pretty deadly. There's a lot of bullets on screen, and you're just gonna want to try to focus. Otherwise, you might be in for a life loss, and getting one of those early on is really bad. Because we're gonna need as many lives as possible. You'll see if this run goes well, and when we get to the final boss. You'll see that we need as many as we can hold. Oh, sorry, I'm just so nervous. It's harder than hard. This mode, it's particularly terrible. Dialogue was written, but it's better not to read it, because you know, it's like I came here to shoot and dodge, not read this drivel. So the first boss is a ghost called Jen. She's very scary. She wears a Team Fortress 2 cosmetic. She colors herself yellow. But I suppose that's like that's the Toho influence. That's like the Eastern, like the Oriental flavor. So that might be on a less academic audience. I suppose you might call that offensive, but it's just because you don't know the history. So that's the stage 1 down. Pretty hard so far. I'm still shaking. So there's 5 stages in the game, and they're each harder than the last. So stage 1, like on a difficulty meter, stage 1 would probably be like maybe like a 10. But already, this game's kind of broken a limit measured by people. So we're currently at about a 10.5, but don't worry, because it's incremental. So it's going to start at about a 0.5, but ramp up to maybe a 12. So this part is impossible. I'm using a U-force to dodge this, because you simply the response time from keyboard to hand is too slow. You will die, and that was a deliberate design choice by Gore, the creator of this game, or maybe it's Go-Re. No one's quite sure. He's an enigmatic, or if it even is a he. Is an an enigmatic figure on the internet, which is where you can download this game. By the way, you want to go to moriashrine.net, type in bubbling imaginary treasures, and you'll get this game. It's about 10 gigs, but it's 10 gigs of awesome. So that's not a bad thing. Tell me how that's a bad thing. Free on the internet. But there is some kind of expectation, right? So if you download this game, you have to commit a year of your life to playing it. And that means you're gonna have to get quite good at it. Now you can end this prematurely by beating the game with certain conditions. It's logged in what's called the gamer score journal. But it's like how good is that, right? There's all these achievements and stuff, but you don't know how to get any of them. So you just kind of don't know what to do. And this was a deliberate design choice by Go-Re to subvert typical gaming tropes, and give you an actual sense of accomplishment. Like if you found the achievement, it's because you're a real good. So first extend there, pretty crazy. If you've never played a shooty. Extend basically means you get to keep playing without risk of physical injury. So this bit, sorry, I got so distracted talking about the history of the game. So this part here is fucked. It's not very good. I actually think it's broken in the final release of the game, which is what I'm playing right now. So basically it's just gonna spawn these notes and stuff, and a lot of the note isn't even gonna hurt you, you can't die to it. But sorry, I just I held my breath for too long because it was too hard. But yeah, a lot of the note doesn't have a hitbox at all, so it's just free basically on any difficulty. It's just free. I don't think that was how it was meant to be designed, but it was changed a little bit from development, from something good to something non-functioning, which is an interesting design choice to say the least. But you could argue that perhaps the discourse that surrounds this game is just as key to its components as the shooting. But that's for people that have far more invested into this game than I am. I mean, this is my first time playing it. It's pretty, but it's memorable. Already I feel like I know more about the game than I probably should, because it conveys it so well to me. But I am quite experienced in this genre, so maybe I'm just able to see where all the tropes are gonna lead before they have their inevitable payoff. As is the thing with being a veteran. I mean, I've been playing for about 2 weeks. So I've got a pretty broad knowledge of the genre and its characteristics. So this is Timmy. He wears pajamas. He's a fucking idiot. Pay him no mind. He only appears once in this stage, and it's as this pathetic little mid-boss creature. If you don't know what a mid-boss is, I urge you to find out. You can just look it up. But yeah, so he's gonna, it's gonna throw a lot of lasers at you, but literally you don't even have to fucking move. The hitbox is so small that it's just free. So here comes the fifth Toho reference. So you're gonna have this squad of fairies come down and throw spears at you. Really, kind of boilerplate for a third stage. Might I add? But potentially, you could say that after the first two stages were pushing the envelope in terms of design and philosophy, that maybe having a stage that's somewhat familiar and comfortable is a good thing to reassure players that there is some the game has some level of grounded features about it. This is not the product of a sick man's mind. This is a comprehensive creation from someone that understands the genre's pitfalls and strength. This is so. What happened there is known as the death bug. So basically, when a bullet is nowhere near you, and it does nothing, it just misses, it'll kill you for some reason and take a life. Now, this bug has never been fixed. Like I said, I'm playing on the most recent patch of the game, but it still persists even now. It was known about during the alpha phase. The excuse that was given as to why not to fix it was, well, to be honest, I've just kind of forgot. But it was reasonable, I promise. It made sense. But anyway, that death does not count. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. For what? Why should that count? That came fucking nowhere close to me. You can watch it back. You can see it very clearly. It's not. It's not even there. I don't even think it's I don't even think it's spawned correctly. There's no sprite or anything. It's ridiculous. So fun thing about this attack is the theme of it's actually based on a clock. At first I didn't quite get it. I kind of wondered why time is even a factor in this game. I mean, you don't slow it down, you don't fast forward it, which leads me to believe it's kind of a superfluous element. It has no function story-wise or gameplay-wise. It's probably it probably just thought it looked cool. I think that it might be clocks and time. That might be a Majora's Mask reference. Gore is known to love Nintendo games, like Conker's Bad Hang-On and Link Kid. They're pretty they're classics for So as you can see, we have this stage. Full disclosure, this stage is just a quarter muncher. It'll just eat your money basically. So here's a little trick a good friend of mine discovered. Basically, you could just outright just cheat the fucking game by just sitting in a corner. It's pretty funny to think this got through. It's just free. But I like to believe it's actually intentional, because this stage is just impossible. Otherwise, you just have to dodge so much stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy. So there's some big bubbles coming at us. I don't know who fucking dies to bubbles, but I guess we do. Here's a little trick, right? So if you're if you're a deviant, right, you can come up to the top of the segment here and pick up an extent. It's pretty useful at this point in the game, because this is the second last stage, so we're getting this is. So you know the fake death bug I was talking about? It's just struck again. Now you could argue that it's not actually a bug. It has something to do with positioning. The positioning is an arbitrary concept made up by elitists to gatekeep difficulty levels. So that can't be it. But yeah, look, that one doesn't count either. I wasn't there. So this is the Link Kid reference, known as Serious Sam, Shimmy Sham. He's quite the character. He's known for his goofy personality and fertility in some circles, like Team Gaijin and Alex, but that's okay. We're just going to ignore that at the moment. So his gimmick is he copies every spell from all the different shot types in the game. So we're using the card-based one. So he's going to throw cards at us right now. So this is a Toho reference, if you don't know. So he pulls out a big hat, and what comes out of it? Death. Pretty scary. Fortunately, I'm pretty good at this one. For a first try, I'm pretty good at this one. So we're just gonna, just hold right, pretty much, and you can't. So there's a fake death bug again. That's actually part of the boss though. So that one's meant to fake you out, so you think like you made a mistake, but then you get hit by like an actual one. So that's a very devious trick pulled by Gore there to trick the player. So you know, at the first time you play it, you're probably like, oh, what a buggy mess. But then you come to realize that like it's actually meta, like it's really meta, and that's correct. Okay, so we moved on from the meta attack, and now it's just it's falling to pieces. But you know, look. You know, when I said I was really good, like that's like good is a subjective word, right? And more than that, it's time dependent too. So I was good. I said like I was good at it. But okay, so at the moment my controller has disconnected, and I'm currently experiencing. Oh my goodness. So this is a bug that happens sometime. It's called game over. Now we're going to use some coding knowledge to get past this one. So all you have to do, right, is just press the Z key. Then, check that out. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's just remember that tip in case this glitch happens to you. So we're currently at 0 deaths. This is really good. This is really, like, I feel like this could be, like, I feel like this is the run. I feel like it's possible. We're on the hardest difficulty. We've got a great pace. Okay, so this one is just pretentious, basically. So he throws knives at you, and then you just like look at this. Yeah, just ignore it. Just don't pay him any mind. And eventually he'll stop throwing knives. Okay, so this one, I just want to show you a little trick of this one. Did I get you? Did I get you? I'm sorry, you didn't. You probably don't get it. Because it's never mind. Look, so this one again, really easy. Like, you don't even have to press the arrow keys. or WASD, but if you used WASD while playing this game, what is wrong with you? But that's okay, because we're on the final stage now. I'd like to say, so there's been some debate as to whether or not this was the intended final stage. My gut tells me that yes it was. But then again, I'm not Gore, so I don't really know. You could debate. Sorry. You can debate this one if you'd like, but I feel like what's more important is the mood of the stage, actually. So what's cool is, and you'll see this more as we go along, but there's a boss, and she's pretty scary. So what this tells me is that the dev is kind of afraid of women. They've used them as violent animals. Now you might say, well, there's just no basis for that, but you know, that's the opinion of an uninformed mind. So the second stage boss is a woman and an animal at that, an animal woman, and she kicks my ass because she's violent and temperamental, and she's stupid. Like all women are, which is a belief I do not hold, since I'm not a rude dude, but just something I feel like noting. So what we have here is the auto use bomb bug. It's not, it's purely visual. It doesn't do any of the stuff an actual bomb does, like the damage and stuff like that. That's fake. But elaborating on my point, what makes me think that there's a pattern here of misogyny? Well, the final boss is a woman, and she's also really violent. So if you're looking at the screen right now, there's like this epileptic fit of just brutality that's being thrown at me, that I'm somehow, I'm expected to just fight back with my pissy little fucking star sticker shot type. Meanwhile, she gets artillery cannons. It's just not fair. But there's some evidence in the dialogue to suggest that she's hormonal. But that's I don't know. That's for super players to figure out. I am just, I don't, the lore part of this game, the text is really it's just there to distract you. It has no bearing on the gameplay at all. So this attack's really easy. You just, if you're a moron, you'll push up through it, but if you just stick to the bottom, you can just, sidestep it. It's so easy. So coming up next is a really infamous attack, and infamous for all the wrong reasons. So, a lot of people call it a race car. I did, a Russian did, a Brit did, a Dane did, actually, maybe that might be. I apologize. That might be the wrong D word. Yeah. So pretty much, you can get patterns with this attack that are just outright impossible. And I believe that is intentional. So if you play the earlier versions, it's possible sometimes. Now that was clearly a big no-no. As it outlines in the design document, I fucking hate my players winning. Now that's a direct quote, and it seems somewhat harsh, but that's until you realize just who's playing the game, and then you go I wouldn't want I wouldn't want those people to enjoy themselves in any meaningful way ever. But perhaps that's just the frustration of development. You don't see what you prevent, right? So defense, in a way. So this attack is just it's kind of trippy. It's not something like I hope the next game has a feature to just turn it off. Okay, so this one's a clown piece reference, but it's also a Haitian reference too. So she fires out these like amulets and stuff, and you're thinking like, oh wow, epic fantasy heaven reference, right? But then it gets crazy. Watch this, right? It's gonna get. Is that the moon? Oh my god. So yeah, this is when it gets pretty intense. So you're gonna wanna like really focus here. Like if you, oh my goodness, did you see that? Yeah. So you like imagine if you lost like 3 runs to this attack while trying to perfect it, but like you look like a real dipshit because it's actually kind of easy with homing, but that's just the life we choose. But simple as that. On the first go, no death, no bomb, no lucid, perfect, clear of the game. So good. Look, it even says congratulations, because I'm just that damn good. For first try, I think that's pretty impressive. So here we have the ending. So if you recall what I said, that the text in this game can fuck off. Yeah. So yeah, there's a green text that says you're amazing. You're the best gamer ever. The action game master has been found, and his name is me. So yeah, check that out. Difficulty level Reverie, final score 1, final time 10, progress 200, hits 0, bombs 0, lucid 0, continues 0. Pretty good. Pretty good. And that's the game. That's how you get really good at the game. So yeah, there's no more to be said, I guess. Oh, whoa! Look, I got an achievement. I got an achievement. Let me read what it says. Well, isn't that just? That seems kind of underwhelming for a perfect clear. But oh well. Peace out.